Hello, my name is Helen Borton. I'm 92 years old, and I'm so glad to be here at beautiful Lake Lanier at my daughter Marianne's. We're having a family reunion, and I was born to my parents were Lee and Vida Harris. I was born November 10th, 1923. I had 5 brothers, one sister, and my 5 brothers are no longer with us. I have a sister who lives in St. Pete Beach, Florida, and I graduated high school in Hudson, 1940. And then I went to work in the office on switchboard at the Garrity Corporation in Adrian. Worked there for probably 12 or 15 years. And it was there that I met my husband, Loyal Borton. He was the very greatest. I have 3 children, Alan and his wife Michelle, who live in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and John and Darlene live at Lake Somerset, just a couple miles from where I live. My daughter Marianne at Cumming, Georgia, just north of Atlanta, probably 35 miles in Georgia. So that's where we are today, having a wonderful time. And I also have 4 grandchildren. John and Darlene have Ben and Courtney. Alan has daughter Christy and son John. Christy has 2 little ones, and their names Danny and Isabel. Well, we all call her Izzy. Two wonderful great-grandchildren. And they're keeping us entertained down here. They've been doing Animal Twister and all kinds of good fun stuff. I haven't made the trek down to the water yet. There's about 100 steps down there. Everybody kind of worries about Grandma, and I have to be careful so I don't slip and fall. And so we've been having all sorts of bacon and eggs and just all kinds of goodies. Last night had a big dinner with salmon on the grill and all kinds of good stuff. Like I previously said, I had a wonderful father and mother. Tragically, my father was killed in an automobile accident when I was 10 years old. My youngest brother was 5 weeks old. My oldest brother was 15. Somehow, my mother, bless her heart, graduated us all through high school. And she always told the story of how I stood on a chair to iron. And I can remember I couldn't reach the ironing board, so that's what I did. And then when we got a little older, we were in the Hudson City Band. 4 of us. 2 of my brothers played the trumpet. Gene played clarinet and bass drum, and I played the baritone horn. So, but it seemed like all I did all summer was iron white shirts and white band pants. But it was a good experience to look back. And so 2 of my brothers went on to college. I didn't. I graduated high school when I was 16 in 1940. Then I just got a job, went to work. I worked at the telephone company. And then 2 years later, I went to work at the Garrity Corporation. where I met my future husband, Loyal Borton. So I think I already might have mentioned that, but he was the greatest. We have 3 wonderful children, Alan, John, and Marianne. Alan's wife is Michelle. John's wife is Darlene. And 4 fine grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren. And we're all having a good time down at my daughter Marianne's at Lake Lanier. As you can see in the background, the lake, I think you can. And we're having a wonderful time. And I don't know if there's anything that I've forgotten to tell you about. My mother remarried after several years. But when we were all grown up, my brothers were in the service, in World War II. A.L. Myers, and he was a great stepfather too. So I was married to Loyal Borton, May 16, 1954. We had 38 and a half years of wonderful marriage. Living on Devil's Lake, we bought the Borton family cottage and made it into a year-round home. Our kids all learned swimming there. We had very good times. Eventually we moved across the lake, sold that home, moved across the lake. But Loyal was ill, became ill, and so eventually had to go into a Lanier medical care. But eventually he passed away in January of 1993.
Everything in the bathroom was wet.
And my son John's children never got to know him because Ben was born the next month, and then Courtney later on. So they never got to meet their grandpa. But he was a wonderful person, and he's missed more each year that goes by. And I'm just so thankful to have had a good marriage. Well, here I am at the age of 92. Didn't know if I'd ever reach that age, but and I don't really feel like I'm 92. I'll be 93 in a short time, in the fall. This is July. I guess because my mother lived to be 102, I'm thinking if I stay reasonably healthy and behave myself, I might get to be 102 also. But like I say, I don't really feel that age. But it's great. It's great to be. Most women prefer not to tell their age, but I kind of brag about mine because I'm proud to be here, be on Earth, and be with my children, still able to get around. I don't get around fast, but I'm still moving. It's really good. I think it's very important that we all be kind to one another, help others all that we can possibly can, and just live according to the Bible's teaching, and we'll be okay. I accepted the Lord when I was 48 years old, and I'm so glad I did. And my children are all saved, and I'm thankful for that also. I'm just so happy to be able to be close with my family, and I live by myself, but I said on this trip I'm so used to getting waited on. I'll probably think I'm ready for assisted living when I get home. I want to speak to Izzy and to Danny. And when you're all grown up, I'm wondering how much of this trip you might remember. And Danny, I thank you for bringing me presents, little pieces of wood, and little, I guess it was an acorn. And Izzy, you've been so sweet and so polite and so thoughtful. And I know you're going to grow up to be the very same. I'm so thankful to have you for my great-grandchildren. Like I say, I hope you remember. I don't know, Danny, if you might, because you're 3, but I bet Izzy will. And maybe you will.